You know, there's so many people that suffer daily from neuropathy. What exactly is it? What causes it? How do you deal with it? Well, a lot of people deal with it by coming and seeing this young lady over here, Dr. Sonia Spencer. Always a pleasure to see you, Dr. Spencer.
It's great to see you today.
And we have talked to you times in the past about dealing with neuropathy. And, you know, a lot of people think, well, it goes with diabetes. Not necessarily, correct?
Not necessarily, although most of our patients who come in who have neuropathy are diabetics. I do want to say that. But there are other causes, such as drinking too much, not necessarily that you're an alcoholic, but just drinking excessively, medications, being exposed to toxins in your environment. So there's many causes to neuropathy. Also having chemotherapy treatments is a big cause.
Okay.
So those are some of the major causes that we see. But we have a treatment that really helps people who have neuropathy. And just yesterday I was talking to a patient who saw our commercial on WLOX, and which is how most people hear about us. And he told me that he was watching it and he was saying, I just can't believe that something could be that effective. And so he said, but I'm hurting, so I'm going to try it anyway. And so he said he came on in and he tried it, and he is so glad that he tried it.
That's awesome.
He's only like 4 treatments in and he's already 70% better. And I just hear miracle story after miracle story after miracle story of patients that are able to lessen or discontinue their medication. Now, we never tell any patients to stop their medications, but if you don't need them anymore, you know, why take them? So,
Sure.
So many people are getting out of pain and are able to sleep good at night. And I asked John to come over to tell his story because he has a miracle story too. He'd been hurting for a long time, and he got some relief with our care. And I wanted him to share his story because it was truly amazing what happened to him.
John, tell us about that. Now, I asked you beforehand if you had diabetes, and you said you don't.
No, I do.
Oh, you do have diabetes. Oh, I'm sorry, I misunderstood you there. But you have diabetes, which led to, of course, neuropathy. Tell us about how Dr. Spencer's helped you.
Well, I've had it for about 20 years, and I had to quit work early because it was just killing my feet to even walk out of work. And I started doing the treatments, and when I walk out the door, I could almost dance out the door. It felt so good.
Really?
And it hurt even at night when I laid down to sleep. My feet would throb and hurt. And I'd walk in the store for 5 minutes and feel like pins and needles in me. Now it doesn't do that. And she said, and I asked one of the technicians, will you do these treatments when you have to come back? She said, you don't. Most people, they said they've never had nobody come back after these treatments. Because it feels, like I said, it's not 100% cure, but it's 90%. And to me, that's great. That's just great to be being like that, and be able to walk now and not be in pain.
That's amazing. That's amazing to get that much relief off of that. And as you said, hardly any pain at all anymore.
Very little, very little, very little.
That's
so we were standing up earlier, getting ready for the segment to start. You guys setting up and everything. And he told me, he said, I wouldn't be able to stand like this before I had my treatment. I would have had to sit down. And he was just able to stand up and at leisure. And you know, are you able to shop now or do things like you used to?
Well, I hadn't tried a few things, but I do a little bit more. But yeah, but my feet just feel so good. It's just best thing they've invented is peanut butter, in my opinion. And I wish they'd had it 20 years ago. I'd have come 20 years ago if I knew it was going to feel this good.
That's great. Are you sleeping better at night?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. What was the main thing that the neuropathy was interfering in that brought you in?
Well, like I say, I used to walk and play 18 holes of golf, and I couldn't do that anymore. I have to ride a cart now because it hurts so bad and everything. But yeah, and a lot of things just better all the way around. Every time step I make is better.
That's great. That's great.
I can shop more now, and I don't hurt as bad, you know, and stuff. But before, just 10 minutes in the store, and I'd have to go sit down. It just about killed me.
That's something.
Doesn't that sound fantastic?
That's unbelievable.
And I tell you, I've just been loving coming to work. I've always loved my job, but I'm loving it even more with these miraculous stories because there's really nothing available for patients who have neuropathy other than prescription drugs that can have very dangerous side effects, and they don't really do anything to help the patient feel better long term. It's just like a temporary relief. And
It just masks the problem.
Right,
Correct?
right.
It's just a bandage, so to speak, that it didn't cure it.
Right, and it has very detrimental effects to the nervous system. And we can't say that we're curing neuropathy. We can't actually say that because, you know, a patient can...
You're giving them relief.
We're giving them relief, yes. So if you think about neuropathy as water filling up a bathtub, okay, there's lots of things that fill up that water in the bathtub. There's the drinking, the diabetes, the prescription drugs, the toxic environment, and so forth. So what the K-laser neuropathy treatment does is kind of drain that water out of the bathtub. But if a patient has uncontrolled diabetes again, if they drink too much again, if they do things to damage their nerves, it's going to fill that bathtub back up. So as long as they don't
So they have to do a little lifestyle adjustment
they
as well.
do. But as long as they're not doing things to damage their nerves again, you know, the treatment will stay good because the treatment is very healing to the nerves.
Wow.
And I even tried some drugs and they didn't do any good. I got no relief from when I tried drugs until I came to Dr. Spencer here. It's the first time I ever had relief in over 20 years.
Really? How long did you, how many treatments did you go through?
I've been through about 3/4 of them now. Still got about 4 more treatments. But,
Okay.
but like I say, I feel 90% cured or better already right now.
So you ready to do a jitterbug or something like that?
I can walk on my toes now too.
Get out of here! Really?
Yeah,
A little moonwalk in there for you. That's something. Because usually, I mean, I would think that's one of the most tender areas is your toes. I mean, that numbness gets down in there, and that can be very painful.
Yeah, a lot of times when the patients come in, they can't really feel their feet anymore. So they lose their balance, their equilibrium, and so forth. And some of the medications that they get put on further make them lose their balance. And so they're falling a lot and so forth. And so that's something that can happen if you don't watch it.
Now, if someone's having some issues with neuropathy, I guess the best thing to do is for them to call, make an appointment, come in and let you give them a thorough
Examination.
exam. Yeah.
Yes, because we only take the patients we really feel like we can help. And if I don't feel like you're going to get the 90% results, I'm going to tell you if you have some complicating factors, what I think your results will be.
That's something else. Mr. John, a pleasure. Thank you so much. And always a pleasure to talk to you.
It's a pleasure to talk to you too, Jim.
All right, if you'd like some more information, of course, and if you'd like to find out if you're eligible for the K-laser treatment for neuropathy, give Dr. Spencer a call here off of Pass Road in Gulfport.